Hello, Ram Bashar here. Finally, the Incarnate Fusion has arrived, and finally, the Fusion schedule is upon us. So this time it's a hybrid event, as they have told us from before. So we are going to be gathering Sirix's Stripe Hide, the epic in question, his fragments, and we will be summoning them, and we will be getting them to 5 stars and ascend them 5 times, and then we will be able to fuse the Incarnate out of those. The good thing is that they are void epics, so they will be worth more points when we do them during the Champion Chase tournament. And another good news is, well, it's a semi good news, bad news sort of thing. So the bad news is they postponed the Void 2x event 1 week. The good news is the fusions are back in sync again. So we start with a Summon Rush and we end with a Champion Chase. If you hurry, you will be able to fuse the champion during the Champion Chase for another 500 points, which means you can get to like more than 2000 points during the Champion Chase tournament for free, or you could just wait and do it during the personal CVC, right? The personal CVC is going to be starting on the 18th of June unless Plarium changes anything, right? So we have 16 events, 16 activities, 8 tournaments, and 8 events that all feature 25 fragments each. So you are not seeing this wrong. I thought I was seeing this wrong, but so this Summon Rush is placed properly. So I thought, it would be here considering there is a Summon Rush here. Nope. On the 11th of June, right after the first Summon Rush ends, there will be another special Summon Rush. I mean, 50 back-to-back champion training tournaments, and now we are getting back-to-back Summon Rush. I don't know what this is, and I don't like it at all. So we have been told that during that Summon Rush, we were going to be getting double points for opening Ancient Shards and Primal Shards. That's what we know about the Summon Rush. Yeah. Well, for me, it's a skip unless, it features some really good stuff. So let's get into it. So we started with Fire Knight and Dungeon Divers today. The Dungeon Divers last 4 days. In order to get the fragment, there are 3750 points, and if you want to finish the whole thing, you are getting a Primal Shard, which is not a bad reward. But guys, also the other 2 milestones in between are important to me, right? At 4450 points, there are 50, I think, superior oils, and at 5250 points, sadly, there is a 5-star mythical ore, which is almost nothing. And if you have been farming Sand Devil, you would know that superior or lesser oils are also nothing, because the bottleneck is the medium-sized oils, and so that means you are going to be doing 2250 points on a Dungeon Divers for just 1 Primal Shard. Yeah, the decision will be yours. I think I will be stopping at 3750 myself. So the Dungeon Divers is 4 days. That's good, right? Tomorrow we have the Summon Rush and the Arena Takedown starting. It's going to be followed by an Artifact Enhancement event in which we can evaluate the artifacts that we get from the Fire Knight. Then we will have the Ice Golem tournament and Champion Training tournament. There are no extra fragments involved for the leaderboards this time around. And so let's go over it, and so on the 10th nothing starts. On the 11th we have the second Dungeon Diver starting. On the 12th the second Artifact Enhancement starts, and also at the same time on the 11th the special Summon Rush starts, which has a duration of only 2 days. Now, that's short. Normally it's 3 days. Then on the 13th the Dragon tournament starts. On the 14th, the Friday, 1 week delayed Champion Chase tournament starts. That's going to be 2x on Voids, unless Plarium changes anything. I hate to say this. I wish they never, change the schedule, but yeah. But that would probably be the case because we just had 2x on Ancients, 2x on Sacreds, and we are going to have 2x on voids. And then at the 15th, we have a champion training event and third dungeon divers. And finally, we end up with Spider, second arena, and third artifact enhancement. 3 artifact enhancements, 3 dungeon divers, 1 champion training tournament, 1 champion training event, 4 dungeon tournaments, and 2 arena tournaments have been pretty much classic now. It's been fixed now, so the fusions don't really vary too much. So if you don't miss anything here, you have exactly 400 fragments, which is what you need, right? Every single epic needs 100 fragments. We have 16 activities, each featuring 25 fragments. That adds up to 400. So if you skip the bonus summon rush and do everything, you will still be able to get the Incarnate. So I would say, just see how this one looks and go for it. Maybe I'm doing Plarium some injustice, and it will be rather easy to complete. I don't know. We had a mystery summon rush at some point. Maybe there is something like that. I don't think so, but I very much dislike back-to-back summon rush. Right? Shards don't really grow on trees. So what we could do, the route that we could follow is, we start with Fire Knight today. Because we have dungeon divers, we can go hard at it, right? We can do Fire Knight to the point, where Fire Knight ends, or you could just stop at the fragment. I would just suggest finishing it because 3,750 points on dungeon divers is pretty rough, and we will probably have to open like 5 sacred shards or equivalent during the summon rush. And by the way, that summon rush won't be like the mystery summon rush, right? Because as I said, there is a 100% extra value on ancient shards and primal shards on it, as I remembered. So we, as I said, evaluate and upgrade the stuff that we got from the Fire Knight to handle artifact enhancement 1. Also, we can jump into Ice Golem as the Fire Knight ends to finish it. So what I would suggest is, guys, finish the Fire Knight tournament, jump into Ice Golem, do Ice Golem until you get to fragment, and then stop, right? And evaluate those artifacts to get artifact enhancement 1 done. Then jump into the champion training tournament for 2 days, and when Dungeon Divers 2 starts, go hard at your Ice Golem, finish it, then stop again, right? Then do the second artifact enhancement. Then when Dragon comes into it, jump hard at the Dragon to finish the second Dungeon Divers, and stop when the second Dungeon Divers ends. Open your Void Shards and get into the champion training event while finishing Dragon, and handle Dungeon Divers, and finish the third Dungeon Divers in Spider, and that would be it. Nothing too complicated. This is a very nice schedule because all Dungeon Divers are aligning with 2 tournaments, so you don't have to go very hard at anything. You can just do Fire Knight, then the remaining in the Ice Golem, stop, finish Ice Golem, stop, right? Jump into Dragon, finish Dungeon Divers, stop, wait for the third Dungeon Divers, finish Dragon, and then jump into Spider and go to wherever your heart takes you. So I would normally be enticed by that primal shard there, but the 2 nodes between the fragment and the primal shard being virtually worthless is too much for me, right? Because, guys, in order to score 2,250 points in Dungeon Divers, if you are farming stage hard 10, you have to invest something along the lines of 3,300 energy. And that is quite a bit, right? 3,300 energy for 1 primal shard. Maybe I will change my mind because it's 4 days. But, first impression is, I feel like, I will just get the fragment and stop, right? That's what I think. We will have to see the other Dungeon Divers, and the other Dungeon Divers are not so courteous as the first one. They have a 3-day duration each. That would probably make their ending points a little bit lower. So if the 2 milestones were, tangible, I would have gone for it, right? If maybe one of them was good, I would have gone for it. For example, if it was 100 medium oils, right? But thing is, both the big oil and the 5-star mythical ore is, as I said, almost worthless, right? So how many 5-star good mythical gear you get that you wanna ore, right? So Synchronos gives you enough, right? The in-game activities give you enough. Guys, I have been using them aggressively, and I think I still have like 20 of those. So yeah, I mean, spending more than 1000 energy in a dungeon and, you know, getting something that is almost worthless is a problem. And as I said, for the Sand Devil, the medium level oil is the bottleneck. So you don't really want big oils. Maybe those of you that can't farm Sand Devil will be able to make use of it. But now that Sand Devil has been nerfed, I'm hoping everyone will be able to handle Sand Devil, Shogun, and Iron Twins, all of them, the last stages, right? They have been, you know, pretty substantially nerfed. We'll see how it goes. And I will see you on the Fusion House stream. Bye-bye.